Hello everyone and welcome to this video where I'm going to demonstrate a simple coin toss game which is built on top of the Eternity state channels. Today in the era of so many blockchain frameworks coming up, Eternity is a very impressive blockchain with impressive tech, scalability as well as faster speed and security behind it. My name is Gyan Lakshmi, and I'm one of the ambassadors with the Eternity team. So let's get started. Before we go to the demo, let's understand a little bit about what are state channels in Eternity. I'm sure you must have heard of state channels being a layer 2 scaling solution, started out with Ethereum and now being implemented across various blockchains, right? But state channels are slightly different and unique in Eternity. So let's see what they are. In Eternity, state channels provide means for off-chain transactions with functionality of on-chain dispute resolutions. This is common to the other blockchain frameworks as well. The idea of having state channels is to ensure that your on-chain nodes are not too heavily pressed for doing work, right? So you can do the transactions off-chain and then you can come back on-chain if there are any disputes. An interesting thing about Eternity state channels, as I mentioned, is that they are not layer 2. They are built as a part of the core node itself. So, as a functionality to run the state channels, you require persistent connections to the Eternity node. Each participant in a channel uses one's own trusted node. For persistence of this connection, we use something called WebSockets. The WebSockets are exposed from the node itself, and the state channel connection is persisted on those WebSockets. Eternity state channels can be opened between two users only. We generally call them as initiators and responders. At any point in time, the channel can be closed either unilaterally or through mutual agreement. When we say unilaterally, what we mean is, say, one party from the channel forgets to respond or has not responded for a long time. There's a timeout, and a particular action is taken based on the logic embedded in the smart contract. Each channel also has an off-chain state representing the latest distribution of the balance of the channel. This can be updated, right? Each new state is co-signed by both the parties, and only then it becomes the latest valid state of the channel. So now that we have some information, basic information about what are state channels in Eternity, you can also read up more on the GitHub pages. I'll drop a link in the description box. Let us take a look at the coin toss game demo. So let us understand the description of the game first, right? And then I'll just show you a demo of the working model. So this game example that we have used is coin toss. I hope you're all of you are familiar with the game, right? You toss a coin and then you figure out whether it's a heads or a tail. So you guess before the coin toss finishes while the coin is in the air, and then based on whether you have guessed correctly or not, you get a reward, right? So how does this particular hash log smart contract work? The backend produces a Sophia string, which could be either heads or tails. Sophia is the programming language, the function programming language in which Eternity smart contracts are written, right? Now, once the string is produced, it encodes it and gives the produced hash to the smart contract. All Alice sees, that is the person, say, who's initiating, right? So here there are two people. One is Alice and one is on the other side we have a casino, right? So the casino is basically your system, and Alice is your initiator or one user who is going to be making a guess whether the coin toss is heads or tails. So in this case, either Alice wins or the casino wins based on whatever was the result of the coin toss. So once a string is encoded, right, and the hash is produced to the smart contract, Alice sees the hash and she has to guess if it is a head or a tail, right? And here is where your unilateral closing comes into picture. If she does not answer until the time runs out, the casino can force progress this on chain. That is, now we run into a dispute, right? One party has not answered for a long time. So the casino can force progress this on chain and claim their reward. Say now the other case where Alice actually guesses that it was a heads or a tails, right? It's the casino's turn to provide the hash and unlock the mystery, right? So if the casino, if the timer runs out, Alice can force progress at on-chain and claim her reward. Say there is no timeout that happens, but the hash is provided. Based on the result of the hash and the guess of Alice, the winner is decided and someone gets a reward, right? So let's see this happening in live, right? So for this, in order to run this demo, we need, let me just share with you. Sorry. So, okay, all right. So we have this. So you see this GitHub page where there is a coin toss game, right? What we need is we would need three things. So you definitely need to clone this repo, coin toss game, and in the README you will find all the steps that would pertain to whatever you need in order to run this game. Now, in order to run this game, you need to work with two repos and run an eternity node. One is your CoinToss repo, right? CoinToss game repo. Another is your AE channel service. So your AE channel service is a reference client implementation, right? And this is the one that using the eternity state channels, right? So you will need to clone this repo as well as the CoinToss game. So your CoinToss game will run based on your AE channel service. So let me go to my terminal and show you the things that I'm running. All right. So on this terminal of mine that you see here, the terminal that I'm bringing forward right now, my AE channel service was started, right? So once you start the AE channel service, you need to go to localhost 4000. Let me show that to you. 1 second. So, all right. So if you see localhost 4000, here is once your AE channel service is up and running, right? You can open this and you can even just try out the AE channel service just for fun, right? But before you run your AE channel service, you need to also run an eternity node. So here what I am doing is actually I'm running the eternity node in a Docker container. So if you see my Docker PS, you see that this is the container where the eternity node is being run. So I can also show you. All right, so here we are inside the node, and then if we are inside the container, sorry, here you can see the path. It is home eternity node, and there is, you have your version, bin, data, docs, etc. Right? So basically, my node is running inside a Docker container. Now, let me just do a curl command and show you. So you can see that when I hit the node, right, which is running in my Docker container at port 3013, and I try to get the blocks. So, it's giving me a proper result. That means my node is up and running. Now, there are in the CoinToss game, you would find certain instructions that you need to carry out with the node itself that you're running. In my case, it is Docker, but you can also run your local node. So I'll be tagging some links using where you can see how you can run your eternity node in different ways, right? So this is the first step, that is running the node. The second step is cloning your AE channel service repository and making sure that that is up and running as well. So let me show you. Right. So once your AE channel is up and running, this is the localhost 4000 that you would see, right? So now both your AE channel and your nodes are running. Now, once both of these are in place, what you would do is you would run your coin toss game. So once you clone the repo, all you need to do is just do an ng serve. As you can see, that's what I have done inside the repo, right? And this will come on HTTP localhost 4200. So here you can see that my state channel demo is up and running, and it says welcome to the coin toss game. So let me just refresh this, right? And you can see that the channels are getting created, right? So you can see the messages parallelly coming over here. The channels getting created using WebSocket 3014, right? And yeah, and you can see that the state is created, the contract is deployed over here. You can see that the contract is deployed. You get a contract address, and then the channel ID is getting created, right? You are receiving some message on this channel, you're sending some message. That means now your coin toss game, which is based on your state channels, is active, right? So you can see that you received a message using some parameters, and then you have the channel ID over here, right? Similarly, we can check using this URL, and then some processing is happening at the AE channel interface, right? So this interface is the one that is using your state channels in the backend, and now your game is up and running. So now we are Alice, and then there is a casino that is at the backend. So you can see that here, as I just mentioned, that one is an initiator and a responder, right? In our case, we are the initiators, and the responder is the casino, which is nothing but your backend service that is running, right? So what we are going to do is, now we are going to play, right? We can stake some amount of tokens, and based on whether we win or not, right? We will get that amount. So let's say I will stake about this much, right? 2 followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 zeros. And I say start round. So now there is a heads or a tails. So this is the hash, this is the string that is created at the backend, and it is hashed. So we have to guess either it is heads or tails, right? So let's say that I'm going to guess heads, right? So now it says that now you can see the hash will be created. The casino will pick, right? And based on that, we lost, right? So we lost some amount from our initial amount, right? Because we guessed wrong. Now let's go back and play again, right? This is definitely addictive. Let me stake some more. Right now I made it 9 zeros and say start round. So now I'm gonna guess tails, because of course I lost, right, last time. Again, the same process will happen, right? As you can see, even in the back end here, right? Uh, I won. Okay. So, and as you can see, my current balance has increased. Last time my balance had decreased because I had lost, right? And this time my balance increased because I won. So this is a simple coin toss game. And as you can see parallelly over here, that you can see the different method calls that are going to display the balance. You can see channels dot get balances, and then there is a state, that is the state change is being recorded, right? This new state is being created, and then you can see the channel ID as well that is getting created, right? So this was a simple coin toss game that you can run, right? And you can, of course, you can also see, let me share with you if you can see this. You can also see the different channels that exist, right? That were created in our AE channel service, right? So if you just go to localhost 4000 and see the currently active channels in the backend, right? You can see the different channels that were created, right? So yeah, and I can close the game, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. So now when we need to play a game again, we need to open the channel and start playing, right? Now you can see that when I said close the game, the channel was completely shut down, and you can see that channel shutdown complete and new status disconnected, right? So the channel is now shut. So as an initiator, again, I would need to open a channel in order to play the game again, right? So this is a simple coin toss game on using Eternity state channels, and I would encourage you. So as you can see, this is very simple and this is very straightforward, right? And state channels are super efficient and super fast because your on-chain nodes are not being put to work. In fact, most of your transactions are happening off-chain, and only in case of dispute resolution, you need to come back on-chain. And state channels are super important in Eternity because they are they are not layer 2 solutions. They are embedded within the node itself. So you have a WebSocket provider listening to a particular port, and you can just open a state channel using that. It's as easy as that. So I encourage you to build more applications using state channels on Eternity. And if you have any questions, you can always contact the Eternity dev team, and we are more than happy to help you. The dev team or the ambassadors and the dev team as well as the ambassadors are more than happy to help you out, right? So thank you for watching this video. I hope you definitely try out this coin toss game and let us know your feedback.